is Beatrice Kamau, the outsourced services partner. Today in MGK, we have a big event and we are launching our MGK Quality Policy Statement. The MGK Quality Policy Statement seeks to ensure we offer quality services to our clients all the time, and as well as ensure our employees know how to do their job right the first time they do it. Ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed on, I'd like first to introduce our guest of honor, Madam Rachel Wanyeke. She's the Managing Director, for those who don't know. She's one of our clients. She's the Managing Director of Solidaridad, East and Central Africa, and they've been our client for the last 6 years. Karibu sana MGK, and it's an honor to have you in our presence. And besides, you've taken your time to come and be with us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and so karibu and feel at home. So I'll just do a brief about MGK and why we're here, and just a small brief. MGK has been in the industry for the last 20 years, and today we pride ourselves in offering various services ranging from audit, tax, internal audit, outsourced services including payroll, bookkeeping, and financial advisory services. And over the years, we have seen a lot of changes happening in the industries, starting from the business environment, technology advancements, COVID also, which has affected us, and also inflation and all that. And it's for this reason MGK is continued to be challenged by the way we offer our services to our clients. So we strive to provide quality services to our clients each and every day, and that's why we are here to launch the MGK Quality Statement policy. So put in mind what is MGK Quality Service Policy Statement talking about, and help us to implement the plan. Thank you. And without further ado, I will introduce our first speaker of the day, our managing partner, our leader, and as he comes, please let's clap for him. Karibu sana, Mr. Daniel Moher.
Betty told us why we are here today, and of course is the official launch of the MGK Quality Control Statement. But before we do that, maybe just allow me just to give you a bit of key highlights in terms of where we've come from, where we are, and also where we want to go. And I'll do this in a very short time. So basically, MGK started 22 years ago or so. It was started by a senior partner, Michael Kemani. Started off at a borrowed space from a friend, and thereafter transitioned to I don't know, I think it was a shop, it was a butchery. So transitioned there in the way back in 2000, and by then he was the sole partner, he was also the sole employee. And basically offering accountancy services and also a bit of tax advisory. And from 2000, by the grace of God, people started coming on board. Personally, I joined in 2000. And we've grown, I would say, we've grown from where we are, from one glory to another. And here we are today, me and you. And also Lecho representing our clients and Berry. So why don't we first just a round of applause for each and every one of us. What do we do? And Betty clearly brought it out. Basically, I would say we take care of our client businesses. Remember, in matters to do with audit, in matters to do with outsourced services, matters to do with business advisory, matters to do with payroll, I see these are very key and sensitive areas of what our clients do. Why are they key? Why are they sensitive? When you look and map the risks that are involved in these businesses, or rather in this client operation, you realize that as an auditor, you realize that as a professional advisor, you realize that you are called upon, or rather our client, not only our clients but also God expects of us to have due diligence, to put in the required skills, the required resources, and the required procedures to ensure that we address our clients' concern. Of course, what we do is regulated. You will all attest that I think we've all interacted with our quality control manual. Our quality control manual is guided by IFAC, International Federation of Accountants, who we are members of by courtesy of ISPAC, because remember you're members of ISPAC, and ISPAC is a member of IFAC. So IFAC would do the global regulation and then pushes down to the membership, or rather the associations, and then the association pushes that down to the member firms, which is me and you. So we already have an existing quality control manual, and I think this manual, and through continuous improvement of this manual, we've seen enhancement of the processes and the procedures that we deploy as we continue to serve our clients, as we continue to serve other stakeholders, and also as we continue to serve our internal clients, so to speak. The world all over has seen rapid changes. Changes in technology. I would say technology has been one of the key disruptive areas that I've seen. Changes in laws and regulations. We were just discussing with Rachel there, like about a country like Ethiopia, highly regulated environment. Changes in laws and regulation. Also here in Kenya, I think in 2019, we signed the Data Protection Bill. It's now an act. I hope we have had a chance to interact. We continue to interact with that document, and that document is highly borrowed from the general data protection regulations that was implemented in the European Union. I think in 2018, it became effective. The effective date was in 2018. All these pieces of registration, they are defining of how you are supposed to, or rather they are giving us responsibilities. They are giving us what we need to do, or rather what is required of us as we continue to interact with our client data, our client information. And this calls upon me and you to continue working and ensuring that our processes, our procedures are embedded in best practice, and that we have a trajectory of continuous improvement. This year, IFAC approved, or rather IFAC finally gave a go-ahead on the change from quality control procedures to quality management system. And I think we had a training last year about that. Basically, if you look at our manual, it has been MGK quality control procedures. So the procedures were aligned more on control, but now now the new changes are coming. I think the first tranche is effective 15th of December 2022. But as a firm, we feel that we want to actually adopt that idea, and what we are doing here is also a preparation of that journey. Because now IFAC requires us to move from the control procedures to quality management. From quality control procedures to quality management. So these are more robust. I think they are also more reliable. They are more tailor-made. Just to ensure that as members of the professional entities, the work we do for our clients continues to be embedded, continues to be guided, continues to be driven. Continues to be led by efficient, not only efficient, but also effective procedures. Personally, every time we sign off an engagement letter, to me, we are signing a promise. We are signing a promise to God. We are signing a promise to our clients. And we are signing a promise to our stakeholders and also to ourselves, that we shall do what is required of us. Our clients are looking unto us. In the face of changing business environment, in the face of new risk, imagine risk. Our clients are looking unto us That we not only do the normal, but we go beyond the expectations. Our clients are looking unto us. To be the people who can go and add value to them. Many times, professionals will not tell you something you don't know, but they will come to a firm and they look at just the way you do business. Maybe something that you have been doing, it's become a normal. You've done this over time. I remember there was an example that was being given, I think, in church, of a lady who, when she got married, so the husband would come with fish. And then so the lady would cut off the head and also the tail, throw them away, and cook the middle part. So that continued over time until the husband now one day asked, "But then why do you throw away the head? Why do you throw away the tail?" And she was like, "Oh no, I got my mom doing that." So they decided to go and ask the mother. And the mother was, "Oh no, I got my mother doing that." So this is something that they were doing over generation from generation to generations. And then finally they went to the grandmother, and grandmother told them, "No, me and your grandfather, you had a very small pan. It do not fit the whole fish." So we had to cut the head and the tail. And so that's where we were. So professionals are people we expected to go to the client and look at something. It doesn't look, you see, at the end of the day, what is here? There is a wastage. The head, the head is very nutritious.
Yeah.
I also like the tail. So to just from a normal perspective, you not see, it's fine. That's how it's been done for years. But as auditors, as professional advisors, we are the people who are required to go to our clients and say, "No, why do you do it this way? Have you considered doing it this way?" And my dear colleagues, to me, that is the purpose of this event today. That we are going to build on what we have. As we transition from procedures, or rather from quality control to quality management. This calls for daily improvement. That every time I go to serve a client, in as much I'm doing a statutory audit, in as much I'm offering a payroll service, ask myself, am I taking care of the client risk that I should be addressing through the work I do? When I do that, at the end of the day, I'll have counted myself, I've been faithful to God, I've been faithful to our clients, I've been faithful to myself and also to the community that we serve. As of late, COVID came, and the disruptions were real. The disruptions were real. I don't know, I had not seen an email where we are telling clients, "Hey, before that, you guys, you have your disaster recovery plan. When is the last time you tested it?" So everyone had to run home, working from different angles, from balconies. As auditors, as auditors and professional advisors, we are supposed to look at those kind of trajectory. And that's why, as a firm, as we sign off this statement, my request is, let's not only put it in our minds, but also let's put it in our hearts. From where I sit, this is not an academic affair. From where I sit, this is a challenge for us to go to the next level. So please, before I invite Madam Rachel to come and tell us something, as she also officially cuts the ribbon, my humble request to me and also to you is let's light these procedures in our hearts. from every area you serve, be it in the administration department, be it in audit, tax, consulting, advisory. Let's put it in our hearts. Before yourself, before man, before God. That every day shall be a day of learning. This calls for us to unlearn some things that we have learned over time. It calls for agility. Willingness to unlearn what may be some things that we have learned which are no longer working. And embrace new ways of doing things. Challenge ourselves to the next level. Because sometimes history is not the best teacher. So please, as you do this, gathered here in this beautiful setup, Rachel leaving her busy schedule just to come and be with us for the hour. Again, I want just to re-emphasize my humble request. It's a call, it's a clarion call, and it's also a humble request to me and you that this far God has brought us. But now God is also calling upon us to stand up and be counted as the people who are going to ensure that our client businesses are taken care of from the services that we offer them. To ensure that we do it right the first time. We don't have a margin for error. Compliance risks are very expensive. So let it sink in our hearts. We are grateful and we are thankful that we are here today. As we put pen to paper, attesting that yes, this far is by God's grace, and now by His grace and our commitment to excel even further, that we are ready for the challenge. So as I said, have it in your mind, write it on your heart. Be intentional. Be intentional. That every day, as I put back my laptop in my bag, I should be able to tick off and say, yes, I came, I did it. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to invite Rachel.
I'd written a couple of points down, but I feel like the previous introductions and the previous speeches were so fantastic. There's very little I have to say now. But for me, is to actually, on behalf of Solidaridad, to say that while the communication to all of you is that we are representing external clients, I think for us as Solidaridad, we actually feel like MGK is actually our partner. We don't feel like we are only clients. For the general fact that, as was mentioned previously, we have had a very long-standing relationship with MGK, not only as a service provider, but in actual fact as an actual advisor to us. And as Daniel mentioned, we operate in very tricky situations sometimes, and sometimes we need somebody to tell us, are you sure you want to do it that way? Because it could go the wrong way. And we feel like MGK has really provided that service to us. So from Solidaridad, our standpoint is that we really do see MGK as one of our partners. On a personal and individual level, I only really joined Solidaridad about 3 years ago, this October. So for me, it's really been exciting for me to be able to rely on such professional service from such a professional firm from the onset of my career. So joining as a managing director for Solidaridad, you know, at that point I wasn't even sure how things were going to go and how things would work out. But being able to walk through this entire path with MGK, being able to come and find that I didn't have to put out fires, which was fantastic, And throughout that process, being able to walk through with MGK to try and not only improve our practices, but also professionalize Solidaridad. So for some of you who may not know, we are actually a not-for-profit. So it means that on numerous occasions, not-for-profits are run like fish shops sometimes. We don't tend to have as many regulations as a private sector company. Not too many people look at us that much. As long as we put in our taxes, there's very few things that we have to do really. So being able to professionalize ourselves also takes us into a different league, and learning from advisors such as MGK has actually allowed us to actually progress even further beyond that. And I think throughout this process, what I have personally valued, and also as an organization, what we have valued, is the level of hard work and dedication that we've had from MGK from the start. We have members of the team who actually come sit in our offices to do work on a regular basis, just to help us organize ourselves. The open communication and channels that we have, the interaction that we have, and the very fact that at all levels, MGK is always willing to step up and help us whenever we need it. And I think for me, it's something that we very much appreciated. As we look at how we improve our processes, even with Solidaridad, also is regulated under ISO with QMS. You know, I do totally agree with what Daniel is saying, that at the end of the day, there is a requirement for us to actually integrate global practices, global standards, and global processes in the way that we do business. There is also need for us as organizations to localize those processes, to be able to ensure that we are able to contextualize them based on what we need as firms, as organizations, as companies, and based on that, using that as a metric for a more intentional approach as to how you provide more professional services is always key. By integrating some of these best practices, we are also ensuring that on a regular basis, we are evolving, we are innovating, but also we're also maintaining our role within the market as disruptive actors. Because there will be a lot of people out there who will want to just continue with the status quo. There will be people out there who say that as long as no one is enforcing it, as long as no one is checking it, it's fine. But to be able to ensure that we intentionally integrate best practices in the way that we do things is key. As Solidaridad, we know that, and also it's fantastic to see that as MGK, that is something that you're fostering. And I look forward to seeing it trickle downstream into your clients and your portfolio, because I can only see that now improving even for the better, and I think that's amazing. I think it is also important to recognize the success that you've had over the years, especially during this period of COVID. Not many companies can actually say that they've been in business and open for this long. Still thriving, still growing. From the eyes, I want to say that it's a young team, you know, so you're still encouraging new ideas into the business, and for me, it's to commend you on that. It is a struggle in today's day and age. It is a struggle in general in Africa as a whole. We usually have our challenges. I mentioned to Daniel earlier that my biggest problem at this point is that last year when Corona started, we have business in Ethiopia. I really did feel like it was the apocalypse. Because aside from just COVID, when you looked at it, there was locusts, there was flooding, there was drought, there was conflict, and at that point I was like, I don't know how anyone gets out of this. So at the point that we are at, not only yourselves but also your clients are also going through turmoil. And the fact that MGK is able to keep that cool head is not only supposed to be looking at a stick method, you know, with the quality control. it's actually looking at quality management, which is more leaning more towards less stick, more incentives with a carrot. So how are you improving your processes? And I think in the current market and the context that we're in, I think that's absolutely key. And I can only see thriving past that, which I think is fantastic. I think in terms of when you think about also the humble beginnings of where you've all come from, you know, all of us have started at that route. So for Solidaridad, prior to me with my predecessor, Mr. Karugu, I think they were located on Baricho Road, very close, maybe the young people know the Club Choices. I think they were right on top of Choices Bar when they started out. And to see an organization grow and to see an organization evolve over the years is always testament to how resilient the team is, but also the organizational structures are. So it means that you are able to accommodate growth. You are able to accommodate disruptions like technology. You're able to accommodate and also be agile enough and flexible enough to accommodate a COVID situation. Being able to rethink your processes. And for the quality management process, and as part of the policy statement that you are integrating, it's essential to always have that at the back of your mind. And I really love the wording of being intentional. Being intentional means you have purpose. So you have to strive to not only fulfill your purpose, but also be that metric that you're almost leading from the front. And I think as MGK, as this trickles down into the businesses, clients, partners that you work with, I can only see you also improving the ecosystem that you're operating, which is amazing. And I think for me, hopefully that was few words, I wasn't timing myself. But basically with these very few words is just basically for me to say that as you strive for continuous improvement, as you normalize professionalism, and in today's market, it's not as common as you'd think. I know they say, you know, sometimes common sense is not so common. And actually being a professional and actually maintaining integrity, maintaining quality is also not as common in the market and the ecosystem that we're in. So as you strive for continuous improvement, as you build more on the policy statement, as you also constantly review your processes and your structures, as you understand the gaps within your team, but then you're able to also fill them out, and you're almost using yourselves as guinea pigs for your clients, because once you understand best practice, it's very easy for you to actually trickle it down. So I think for me is to actually be very humbled to be requested to come and join you. I think when I received the email, I was like, are you sure? Really? Me? Okay. But it's to say we're very, very, very humbled. Solidaridad, as well as myself, to be able to have been walking with you throughout this journey, to be able to have hopefully contributed to your success, hopefully not given you too many, you know, white hairs when you open the books and you're like, oh, what are these people doing? You know? But for us is to say we're very humbled to actually be present here. We're very humbled to be invited to participate in this, to be invited to actually participate in your success. And I think for us is to say, you know, we look forward to continuing our long-standing relationship. We pray and we hope for the growth of MGK and the further success beyond us. And I think on behalf of Solidaridad is to also see, we look forward to seeing what the ecosystem looks like in the next coming years. And we look forward to working with you on that. And hopefully the next time one of you is in the office, now you'll know who I am. Usually I'm dressed a lot more casual in the office, so you probably think I'm an intern or something. So if you see me walk past, just say hello. But we do look forward to continuing our engagement with MGK, and thank you so much for inviting me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
If you're happy and you know, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know, say your name, Mary.
Rachel.
Oh, your honor. Thank you. The moment is here, so I welcome Rachel and Daniel so that we can cut the ribbon and we officially launch our statement. Thank you. We are standing. So, guys,
I can tell I don't do this often.
I don't know procedure. Take 1, take 2, take 3. We are ready to go? Yes. Okay, we clap.
That is very dull, man. You can do a better shout.
Yeah. Hip, hip, hooray! Hey. Hooray! Or say anything that you'd wish to see. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. We are looking towards it. If you want to, you can do anything. This is the moment. It will never come again, maybe some years to come. And we are honored to have her here. So, we never know about tomorrow. So, can we all be happy? Next year, we have business with Solidaridad. Yeah.
Amen.
As long as we're in business.
But the key thing, we must be intentional and professionalism. Si ndio? Na Mungu wapi? Na tutasonga mbele. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mary.
We are going to sign the statement, so I'd ask you to have your seats.
I confirm that I've read,
Okay.
I've understood, and that I hold this dear to my heart. I'm not just signing just to sign, but it's maybe speaking from where I sit, from the board of partners, that we are testing, that we are going to do this, we are going to put time, we are going to put resources to ensure that we see this through. So, join me in celebrating as we sign on. There we go.
Thank you, Moya. Now you can show to us that indeed what it is.
So,
Guys, let's clap.
So guys, I'm honored just to present to you the quality policy statement. If I can just read just the first paragraph. It says that MGK will consistently provide services that meet or exceed the requirements and expectations of our clients. We will actively pursue ever-improving quality through programs that enable each employee to do their job right the first time, every time. And to do that, we have the 10 critical issues or critical points, critical action points that we are testing, that we are going to put time, money, skills to it, to see that we are the people, we are the firm, me and you who are going to do this. So, asante sana.
I now call Lillian to take over.
Good morning once again, everyone.
Good morning, Lillian.
How do you feel?
Fantastic.
Good, yes?
Great.
We are very happy to have Madam Rachel host us, also Moya to lead us through this process. Now, the next thing is we need to document this statement and this moment for future reference, and also so that this can be a reminder of why we came here and what this launch has meant to us. So we need to have at least a reference point for our future, even so that when we have new employees on board, they can also refer to this, and this can be able to carry us forward as a firm. So I want to welcome for a photo session. It's a brief moment for a photo session. So I would like to invite you, Madam Rachel, and our managing partner, Daniel Moher, to come. They'll start with the pictures first, with our statements.
here to do the vote of thanks, and first of all, we'd like to thank God because He has brought us this far. As Moya had said, we've been here for 22 years and we couldn't reach this far without God's grace, and we're very thankful. Next, we'd like to thank our guest of honor, Madam Rachel. Thank you for coming and to our event. We're very grateful to have you here today. Next, we'd like to thank our clients. Although they're not here, they have been with us and they've continued supporting us through this journey. And also, we'd like to thank our management. We'd like to thank our managing partner for his continuous effort and commitment on quality improvement. And also would like to thank our consultant, Beryl, for his effort in helping us launch this statement. We'd also like to thank the organizing committee, the camera crew for their good job. This event has really been successful because of the hours they have put in. And also would like to thank most of all the staff for coming and making this event successful. And we'll conclude with a word of prayer, but before we conclude with a word of prayer, I'd like to invite everyone. We have some few biting, so everyone is invited. Please join us. But now let us pray and thank God. Jehovah God, we come before you. We're very happy for this day has come to a successful end. Thank you for all the efforts of all the people who have made it this successful. We're very thankful. Let us continue extending our commitment to our clients, to everyone, to continue having quality work for them and to continue maintaining our quality. We'd also like to ask you to forgive our sins, for we know we are sinners, and we pray through Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.